Welcome back to my channel if you're clicking on this video again, or welcome to my channel. Today we have an exciting video. We are going to do a 24-hour readathon. Now it is currently the Saturday after I filmed this. So I filmed this last weekend when I was on holiday. So when you go onto the first clip, I will be away, but we are using the 12-hour method, so 12 hours each day. On the Saturday it wasn't very successful, on the Sunday it was a lot more successful. So I'm gonna pass you on to me and we can see how we get on in the video. Good morning guys, we're in Turkey. We are in Turkey. It is currently coming up to 10 o'clock and we are going to do our first 12 hours of the readathon today. Interesting. So I'm gonna do the readathon where we split it across 2 days. I think I've seen Ellen Catherine do this. So we're going to split it across 2 days. We're going to do try and do 12 hours today, 12 hours tomorrow. I'm going to start it at 10 o'clock this morning. We're just going to see how much I read. I'm not going to just stop the timer when I stop reading. I'm currently on holiday, so I should get a lot of reading done. But I need to get ready and go to breakfast. And yeah, I'm going to keep you guys updated throughout the day. See how much we've read, and see what we're getting into. At the moment, I'm currently reading 2 books. I'm listening to Malibu Rising by Jenkins, and I am reading Taken From Her Home by C.J. Grayson, I think, my Kindle, which I started yesterday. So the hope today is that I finish both of those books, but I need to go and get changed and get ready for breakfast because it shuts soon. We got in quite late last night, so I'm sure a nap will be on the cards today because I am shattered. But I will check back into you guys when I've done a bit of reading and see how we're getting on. Hi guys, I thought I'd do a quick check-in. So it is now about 10 to 2 in the afternoon. So obviously we've been doing the readathon for about 4 hours. Part of that, obviously, like I say, I'm not doing 12 kind of only reading hours. I'm just gonna do how much I can read between 10 and 10. So part of that is been, at breakfast, I was listening to Malibu Rising, but I've also had quite a lot of time, like downtime. I started the day, should have started this and said this in the morning, but I started the day at 50% of Malibu Rising and 15% through Taken From Her Home. So I think I'm around 90% of Malibu Rising. I have an hour of actual listening time left, but I do listen to it on 3 times speed. So that should be done relatively soon. And then I have A Christmas Tree Farm, or The Christmas Tree Farm, or whatever it is, by Lorelei Gilmore to listen on audiobook. And it's one of those ones which I put the order through on Libby and I can't renew it, and the hold on it is ridiculous. So I'm gonna try and listen to that while I'm here. I mean, it's gonna be a juxtaposition because they're gonna be talking about Christmas Tree Farm and I'm gonna be sat by the pool, but that's my other read. And Noughts and Crosses by Mallory Blackman is going to be another one that I want to get through my audiobook. So those are going to be the audiobooks I'm hoping to get to. And then whilst I'm here as well, obviously the readathon's for the weekend, and then I've got another challenge to film next week. So whilst I'm here, I want to obviously finish Taken From Her Home. I want to read All In and Nothing More, Nothing Less. So All In is the 3rd book in the Natural series. Nothing More, Nothing Less are the 2 books from the Landon series. And then I also would like to potentially start Bad Blood from the Naturals as well, but we will see. I wanted to try and get a lot more reading done today than what I have got done, so we will see. But for now, I'm heading off to lunch and then heading to the pool. So I have just it's a bathing suit, so it attaches on the side. I've got it twisted, but who cares? I've got a bathing suit on and then just some like linen trousers and a cute little linen throw with my sunnies on. So I'm gonna go grab some lunch and then go to the pool. So I will try and get some clips of me reading or get some clips of the pool, but there is children here and obviously I don't want to be filming any children around by the pool. So we'll see what clips we got. I've also got my Kindle holder, which I'm hoping I can potentially attach to the sunbed side so I can use that as well, but we will see. So I'm sure I'll update you all soon. But yeah, let's go get some lunch because I'm hungry again. guys, it's later on now. I am back. I do have a bikini top on, it's just strapless, but I am back from the poolside. You will see I got one clip, but there was lots of children around and they were playing really loud music, so I couldn't really get any clips up there, but I'm back now. I'm just chilling out on the balcony reading before I get showered and ready for, or before I get showered and ready for dinner tonight. I have finished Malibu Rising and gave that one 5 stars. I loved it. It was my favourite one from TGR's famous series, and I'm hoping my hold for Carrie Soto is back, is like ready soon, because Carrie Soto features in this book and I'm so interested to hear her story. And then I have continued on with Taken From Her Home. Let's have a look. I am now about 25% through, so I've read about 10% of that. Like I say, the music up by the pool was really loud, so I really struggled to concentrate. And then I have also started, because I was struggling with that and it was quite intense, it was very like gory and thrillery, and so I've also started Nothing More by Todd, which is the first book in the London series, and I am about 10% of the way through that one as well. So my plan for the rest of the evening is to continue reading the Nothing More and see how far I can get through. I don't think I'll finish it tonight, but it is only just 200 pages, so I think I can get a good way through. Like I say, I'm going to continue reading on my balcony in a second, and then I am going to get ready for dinner. When I'm up at dinner, I'm probably going to pick up one of my audiobooks. I think it's probably going to be The Christmas Tree Farm, so I'll try that. And yeah, but I thought I would show you the view, because my hotel, it's not really a hotel room, it's more like a little apartment, and it's gorgeous. If I remember, I will film a tour tomorrow, but I thought I'd show you the view from the balcony because it's absolutely stunning. Okay, so this is where I've been sat reading, and then this is the view that we've got. It's absolutely stunning. I'm at a hotel in Kusadaki in Turkey, and it's just beautiful. Okay, while I started that clip, the dogs decided to bark again. But yeah, there's a few household dogs here, because people live here as well. It's like little apartments, but it's gorgeous. So I'm gonna get back to reading, and I will check in with you guys again probably before I go to dinner. I'll show you my fit for the evening, but I'll also give you an update on what I've been reading. Hello, I'm sorry about this dodgy angle. It's the only way I can really like prop up my phone and try and get a decent angle. I will try again tomorrow somewhere different, but this is a wall, so I have to kind of crouch, and then I'll show you my outfit. But just an update, I am now 8% of the way, I've read an extra 8% of Nothing More, so I'm now 18% of the way through. I'm just about to head out for dinner. I thought I'd show you my outfit, and then I'll tell you what when I come back later, and before I read a bit more, I will give you my thoughts on Malibu Rising and what it's about and stuff like that, and give you obviously thoughts and stuff about Nothing More, because I realised I kind of just said, oh, I finished Malibu Rising and I gave it 5 stars and that was it. So this is my outfit. I got a cute little peplum top on. I feel very Rachel Catherine in this outfit, so I've just got my hair in like a semi-slicked back bun, and then these like little jorts with a string waist, and then I'm gonna put on these cute little sandals with it, and that's just gonna be my outfit. I'm just gonna go out for some dinner. I'm not gonna I don't think I'm gonna stay up there. I mean, there might be a couple of evenings this week where I'll take my book and stay up there, but I don't think I will. I'm tempted to take my AirPods and start The Christmas Tree Farm while I'm eating dinner, but I'm gonna see. So I will check back in with you guys when I'm back, but I'll see you guys in a bit. I thought I'd check in before I go and get ready for bed. So it's now 20 to 11, so technically the 12-hour window that I was doing today is finished. I will say I feel like I've failed 24-hour reading challenge. I do feel like I'm going to continue to film tomorrow and just see how much I get done, but And tomorrow I'm going to be, hopefully, I'm going to try and get into bed now and try and get halfway to nothing more. But tomorrow I'm hoping to be slightly more awake. I got in last night at about 4 o'clock, and then breakfast here stops at 10:30. So I was up at like 9, which I know doesn't sound that bad, but it just made me so tired, especially after a day of traveling yesterday. I'm so tired. So I've just not really been wanting to like sit and focus. But I feel like tomorrow I will probably maybe see if I can venture out to a different pool, and one that's got no music with it. So if it's quieter, I might read a bit more. And if it's like not as busy, it might be easier for me to read a bit more, or maybe actually put my own music on in my headphones. But yeah, that's to say I do feel like I failed at this challenge a little bit. I feel like it's quite nice to see what this is like, a realistic 12 hours while I've been on holiday. But tomorrow I am going to try and lock in a bit more. I finished Malibu Rising, and I'm now at 30% of Nothing More, and I read an extra 10% of Taken From My Home. So I don't feel like that's too bad, but I do feel like tomorrow, I want to try and get to halfway tonight of this book, which I don't know if I'll be able to because I'm quite tired. But I should then finished. Oh, if I get to halfway tonight, I'll have just about 3 hours left in this book tomorrow, which is easy going. And then Taken From My Home, how much do I have left of this one? It's not remembered my reading speed because I'm now connected to the Wi-Fi, so I'm not sure. I think I've still got about 200 pages in that, so that'll be a few hours as well, but we'll see. Hopefully I'll be able to finish Nothing More and potentially finish Taken From My Home. The only thing with this is it's really gory, so it's like there's at times where I don't want to be reading it. But if I don't carry on with this one tomorrow, or don't get to the point of finishing, I will start Nothing Less by Todd as well, which is the second book in the Nothing More series, and both of them are on my May TBR. So that's the plan, and then we'll start in a new challenge on Monday. So with that, I can hopefully get through all in and stuff. I'm going to sign off now for today, and I will update you in the morning with any more that I've carried on. I know technically like my 12 hours is done, but I feel like if I get any more reading done tonight, it will be part of like what we've done, because obviously I haven't read solidly for 12 hours. I've attempted to, but I've had quite a lot of catch-ups with like friends and family and stuff like that, and just time where I've just needed to crash. So we'll try again tomorrow, and we'll do 12 hours tomorrow, and then like I say, this being my first readathon, I don't think it's that bad, and I do really want to do the timer method. I just knew I didn't have time to get it filmed like that before this video goes out. So I'm going to use this footage that I've got today and try and read as much as I can tomorrow. And I feel like if I read solidly tomorrow, then I should potentially get those 2 books done. And then at least I can say I've finished 3 books in this readathon, which I don't think is that bad. No. Right, bye, night. I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning, guys. It is officially Sunday morning. I am sat out on the balcony. I'm going to start reading for the day. I am going to set a timer today to try and get a little bit more motivated to read. I'm feeling just as tired today, so I've decided to have quite a slow morning. I've skipped breakfast because it doesn't start that early. It starts at 7, which I guess is like normal breakfast time, and finishes at 10. But for us back home in the UK, that's still 8 o'clock in the morning. And I went to sleep last night at like 1 here, but that's still 11 o'clock our time. So I'm still feeling quite like tired and as if I'm still on kind of UK style time. So I'm gonna just chill this morning, sit down, read my book. Lunch is at midday anyway, so realistically I think it's about 10:30 now, so I've only got an hour and a half to wait until I can go up and get some lunch, and that's what I just plan to do, just go and grab some lunch, get a bigger lunch than I would breakfast. So yeah, I'm gonna sit down and start reading. I'm gonna start my 12-hour timer and potentially then pause it in between when I'm eating or when I'm showering and stuff, and if I have a nap then potentially pause it for a little bit and just see how we go. But yeah, we're gonna try and do it today. I'm gonna leave you guys now because, as you can tell, I'm still just so tired. And I'm really sorry if you can hear the crickets and that in the background. And it's annoying because I'm finding it quite annoying. I'm not sure what that noise is, but yeah, I will check in with you guys again soon, and let's get reading. Hi guys, it is now the evening. I'm ready to go out for my meal, and I thought A, I'd give you an outfit update, and B, I'd give you a book update. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like a little wrap up tomorrow, which will give you all my thoughts and feelings about all the books that I've been reading, because I haven't been doing it as I go. So book update, I finished Nothing More and started Nothing Less. I started and finished The Christmas Tree Farm, and I haven't touched Taken From Her Home anymore. I'm hoping to read significant amount of Nothing Less this evening, and I've also started Noughts and Crosses because that's my other audiobook to read. So that's kind of where I'm at. I did have the timer on, and then somehow I've deleted the timer, and I don't know how or when, but I believe it was due to finish at about midnight. Now, I have been reading pretty consistently today. I haven't been for the last like 20 minutes while I've been getting ready, but other than that, I've been reading pretty consistently. So I feel I'm going to take my audiobook on my headphones with me to dinner, and my Kindle as well, and potentially read that, and then come back and read some more tonight. But let me show you my outfit. So this is the outfit that we got on. It's just a cute little like play suit with like little red flowers on, and my white sandals that I wore yesterday, which you can't see. But yeah, look at this view. Like, how stunning. Just how stunning is that view and that like little sunset-y vibe. So yeah, I'm hungry. I don't know if like I've said it on here, I'm sure I have, because if you know me, it's like my personality trait, but I've got a garlic allergy. So eating in the UK is like hard. Eating abroad is like level impossible. However, you can scan QR codes here and it will tell you what ingredients are in there, so it means I can eat like pretty well, but I don't like a lot of what I can eat. So I've been surviving off chips, and I don't really like chips. So I'm like really hungry. I just want a good sandwich. That's all I want. So I'm hoping they might have the jams out and I can just have some toast for dinner. But I'm starving. I'm literally living off like chocolate, which I've got to buy. So I'm trying not to do that because I'm not the richest person in the world at the moment. But yeah, so I'm gonna go have dinner and read some more, and then I will check in either later tonight or tomorrow with how well I've done in terms of pages and everything like that, and then we'll do like a full run through tomorrow of all the books that I've read within this video, all for this 24-hour challenge. But yeah, I'm gonna go and eat because I'm starving. Okay guys, so I did say I was going to give you a kind of thoughts on all my on all the books I read in this video, and now I haven't, and now I'm back in the UK. So I've been back for a few days, and I thought before I can obviously edit and get this video up, I needed to give you a wrap up. So we read 3 full books and we started a 4th book in this video. So the first book we read was Malibu Rising, which I need to get my laptop to look at my rating. Okay, I've checked the ratings. I'm sorry if the angle's changed, but I also didn't remember a book that we listened to in this video. So first book we read was Malibu Rising. So this is Taylor Jenkins Reid's in her kind of like famous interconnected series, or not really interconnected, they are slightly interconnected series. You don't need to read them in order. You don't even need to read all the books. If you like the premise of one, you can read them on their own. But this is her story about Nina, who has a very famous end of summer party and has recently gone through a divorce, as well as having a famous father, and you're kind of going through her life and her life of hers and her brothers and sisters. I went into this book like completely blind. I listened to the audiobook, and I feel like with Taylor Jenkins Reid's books, they're so much more engaging listening to the audiobook. I'm going to take that sticker off because it's annoying me as much as it's probably annoying you guys. Why do they put random stickers on the bottom? It annoys me. But yeah, this book I went into slightly blind. I absolutely ate this book up. I listened to the audiobook as, like I said, Taylor Jenkins Reid's books tend to be really like good to consume via audiobook, and I just love this book so much. I ended up giving this one 5 stars. I feel like the premise was really good. It was really engaging. Listening to it at the different kind of time sections and seeing, I don't normally like a past present timeline, but I feel like in this one it was well done. It was, you would see the past and how kind of her mum and dad got together and her mum's story, as well as and how that links to them now and how they act now. So I did really enjoy this one. I ended up finishing this one in the video, at the start of the video, gave this one 5 stars. I then listened to Christmas Tree Farm by Laurie Gilmore and gave that one 3 stars. So in this book, you are following our female main character who has just bought a Christmas tree farm, and she is moved to this small town and she doesn't want to be there. She doesn't want this Christmas tree farm to open, but then the house that she's living in starts to kind of fall apart, and she wants to kind of stand on her own 2 feet and not live off her family's riches. And so she then ultimately decides to open up this Christmas tree farm, but naturally the house is falling apart and she needs a handyman to kind of come and help her, and that's what this guy, who's only in town for a little bit, he's come in to kind of help her out because the town have sent him there to keep an eye on her and make sure that there's a rumour about the house, and so the town have sent him in to monitor that, see if the rumour is true, as well as look after her. I'm sorry, I cannot remember their names, and like I said, my laptop is completely dead, so I'm very sorry about that. But like I say, I gave this one 3 stars. I thought it was a very cutesy, cozy romance. It's very much a palate cleanser. It is nothing amazing to write home about, but it also is really engaging, and I enjoyed it. It is quite spicy at times, and I did enjoy the spice within it. I'm looking forward to picking up the other books. Now, I am waiting for them audibly because I feel like they are just cute, cozy romances that are quite easy to just listen to when I'm on a walk and not have to think too much. So that is the plan with those books. And so they're on quite a long waiting list at my library, which is why I read A Christmas Tree one whilst I was on holiday, because the wait for them was just so long that I was like, I need to read them now while I've got them. Then I went into the duology of Nothing More and Nothing Less, and in these 2 books you are following Landon, who is Harden from the After series stepbrother. You're following his journey. He's just moved to New York with Tessa, who's the female main character from the After series, and you're following his journey through his life moving to New York, but dealing with coming to terms with the breakup from his long-term childhood girlfriend and being in the same city as her, because he originally was going to move to New York to be with her and they broke up. So you're dealing with that, and also him meeting new people. I thought these books were okay. I definitely prefer the After trilogy, or the After, not trilogy, there's like 5 of them, the After series. I thought these books were okay. I do think they were a bit of a cash grab, and I found a lot of it was just being like over explained. There'd be instances where things would be being said again that you already knew, and I feel like because it was written on Wattpad and chapters were submitted at a time, I feel like Todd kind of wrote a chapter and then maybe forgot that she'd already explained it a few chapters beforehand, and I just felt like this is a series. It's not 2 interconnected standalones. You don't need to explain the lore in each book, and I found it wasn't even within like 2 separate books. It was within chapters. They had certain things that were just explained over again, like how he knew certain people or what was going on, and I felt like that was really, really repetitive and it just wound me up a little bit. But I thought they were, like I say, easy reads, okay reads. They were great for holiday. They're quite short. Both of them are under 300 pages. So they're short, they're easy to read. I read them on my Kindle. Ooh. I read them on my Kindle. So I definitely would, if you like the After series, I would recommend them, because it was quite nice to see who he ends up marrying, because in the After series, Anna kind of just says that he gets married and you never know who it is. So it's nice to see who he ends up marrying and kind of their origin story, and see kind of what happens with his childhood lover as well, and you see whether it is her or whether it's someone else. So they were okay. They weren't any that I would write home about. I would never say to anyone like, you have to read them if you've read the After series. I do feel like they were a bit of a cash grab, but they were good, and I enjoyed the characters so much in that series that I wanted to read more from them, but that was pretty much it. And then the last book, I think we started in this video, I think we started Noughts and Crosses as an audiobook, and we got to 7% of the way through, I believe. I haven't read much more. I'm now about 25%, 30% of the way through. I am enjoying it. I do feel like it starts off reading very young. The characters read quite young. Now, I know it's a YA book, so that makes sense, and they are in school still, but now that I'm further into it, I'm enjoying it more. Some of the things that the characters are saying cringe me out a little bit, because, like I say, they are reading quite young, and I wasn't a massive fan of that. But the more I'm getting into it, and the premise of the Noughts being the white people and the Crosses being the black people, it's kind of like in a dystopian, like a flipped reverse on racism within the real world. And so I'm really enjoying kind of seeing that side of it, and seeing, I guess it's being a white person, it's easier to relate to the Nought, and then understanding like the scenarios that way, and just seeing how, obviously, how much further like the real world's come from when life used to be like this as well. I have read this book before. This is a reread for me, but I never carried on the series, and I did remember enjoying this book, or I think I might have not finished it maybe as well. So I will enjoy like continuing that one, and you'll hear more about that in my wrap up. But yeah, so these are the books that I read in this video. I'm sorry this video was a bit chippy choppy. It wasn't kind of how I envisaged it. It's definitely a premise that I would want to do again, but potentially when I'm back in the UK, and I might do the timer method rather than the 2 12-hour days, so you see how I can see how much I actually do read in 24 hours. But I feel like the Saturday was very much a realistic day in the life for me of how much I read generally. So without further rambling on from me, I would like to say thank you so much for watching this video. I look forward to seeing you in the next one, and I will speak to you guys soon. Bye.